Yo, look who I stumbled at. Fresh home, yeah? And fresh home, I'm meaning like freshly married, bro. How are you, bro?
I was alright, and then I got married. But it's alright, man, I had to do it, innit? You know what I mean?
No, it was
I had to do
amazing,
it,
bro.
Yeah.
Congrats. I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, I have to say, the greatest entrance I have ever seen at a wedding.
You know, one of the cameramen actually said that.
No, it was.
He actually said, I've been doing this for 19 years. He literally took me to the side and he goes, I've been doing it for 19 years. I've never seen an entrance like that.
It was fucking spectacular.
Thank you,
I was so happy for you, bro.
Thank you. I was happy as well. I never thought I would ever want to get married. Yeah. I was just that guy, and alhamdulillah, man. God works in mysterious ways, and yeah, it was a blast. It was good.
I think for me, it was when you stop looking for something, it usually tends to.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was never looking for it. I'm not gonna lie, but you're right. When life just hits you hard sometimes, and
but
you just never know what's around the corner.
You look so happy, bro. And thank you for inviting me. I absolutely loved it,
man,
bro.
you're my boy,
man. And she was the best.
Yeah.
As you sat down, you just showed me this phone and said you are a Google ambassador. Now this is a phone I've never even seen before. What does being a Google ambassador mean?
So that means
you just get free shit.
Bare free shit, man.
Is it? What,
Trust
every
me.
day?
If I was full on Pakistani, I would have sold that by now.
Why
honestly.
not?
I know.
How many did you
To
got?
be honest, I probably will.
No, you ring them
I've got every single Google phone, like ever.
But then just sell the other ones, no?
Sometimes, like, even if I have a little crack on them, I'll actually, like, if I'm with someone from Google, I'm like, oh, I've got a little crack.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, don't worry, here's another one.
Yeah, but what does that mean by being an ambassador for Google?
So the actual latest Google advert.
Yeah, I've seen you on YouTube. Yeah.
So that's me, and the one before that had an even bigger advert, which I was a part of as well. It was me, Michael Dapper, and a couple of other people that I'm not really familiar with. But yeah, man, no, just creating content for them, and Google owns YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I've always been, YouTube's in my blood. So it's been I've been working with Google for a long time, a really long time.
Do they reach out to you, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is that
So
how it works?
what happened was, I mean, I started when I became a YouTube ambassador.
Yeah.
Google then asked me to do performances, and what Google do is they will, for their workers. So imagine, like, in the UK, in the United Kingdom, they'll get all their Google workers together in this big arena, and they'll do like a presentation, a show.
Right.
They'll motivate their staff, but they would want to entertain as well. And I started doing like a few stand-ups and stand-ups / inspirational kind of like talks. And it's gone so well. And I've performed in UK. I've performed for Google, like in China.
I love this, because I've grown up watching you, bro. So I'm chuffed for you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Honestly,
And what's the maddest thing? I was just saying to my mum as well earlier that one of the first ever interviews, I think possibly the first interview that I taped of myself, was when we had how long was that? Was like
10, 15 years. But it's amazing, the actual testament that you stuck to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, as like an Asian, you're saying you're with Michael Dapper and these other comedy guys, to be in the mix and representing all of us. Do you actually take that on board? Or
I mean, we've had, like, personal chats about how the industry is, and you've given me some great advice as well, like that I've even learned from. It's one of those things where, unfortunately, I think that Asian people kind of get left behind a little bit.
I definitely think
that.
And
And I feel like it's not fair. It's not enough balance.
Yeah.
But one thing that I was really proud of was, because of obviously my luck and me being in a position after Diary of a Bad Man where I had, so many eyes watching me, and almost like a sense of influence.
Yeah, definitely.
I felt like other people who weren't Asian knew that and knew my worth. And for me, that allowed me to do my thing and then open the doors for even, for other content creators who are from Asian backgrounds. And now you've got not a lot, but you've got a lot more than what it was before.
How does it feel like you're kind of the older in it now? And not in, do you know what I mean? Like when you got the youngers coming through TikTok and all that, but you actually laid a blueprint for them.
I love it.
Gave them hope.
I absolutely love it, because my hope was, goodness gracious me, on BBC One.
Yeah.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, when I see like 4 Asian people on TV,
of course,
on BBC, I'm like, oh my God, if they can do it, I can do it. And it was so inspirational. And then afterwards, seeing them and speaking to them, and even, my first BBC show was with Nina, which was fantastic. She was obviously one of the original OGs and goodness gracious me, and now seeing all these younger content creators and whatnot, and you know, I speak to a few here and there, and you know, when they reach out, and you know, I give my little 2 pence, and yeah, no, I'm proud. I love it.
But you're up there now. You're certified.
I'm all right. I'm on my throne. I'm happy. I've done it. Like, and I'm still doing it because of Diary of a Bad Man. It put me in that position where all these doors opened up for me, and God gave me that opportunity where like I'm sorted for life kind of now. Hopefully I won't be homeless next year, and then people look back at this and be like, oh, that.
I've seen the AMG GT, you'll be alright.
No, it's a GTS, but it's alright.
GTS, bro, put the S in, baby.
You know, GT's about 20 grand less, but yeah, but it's fine. Don't disrespect mans like that again, though, innit? In the bridal suite.
Right, listen, let me talk about Diary of a Bad Man, because that obviously set it off. That was you. Yeah. You make it yourself. You film it yourself. I've been very fortunate enough to play a character in the most recent one. Thank you so much. I loved it. But I'm seeing you on set, really working this thing. Like, you really are part of everything. Yeah.
It's
how hard has that been?
It's really easy, and it's really hard. So it's easy in the sense of when you feel like you have more control. Yeah. You know, you are aware of everything, and you're in charge of putting the product together, and you can know if no one does it better than yourself. Like, you know, and in that sense. But obviously, at the same time,
do you find it hard to delegate it out a bit?
It is,
because you edit it still, don't you?
So
which must be nuts.
I have a bit of OCD. Yeah?
Right.
The thing is, comedy, a lot of it is about timing.
Yep.
Yeah. And even in terms of like just putting a production, because I wouldn't even classify myself as a YouTuber. I'm a content creator.
Yeah, for real. I like, you've evolved, definitely.
I make like films, short films.
Absolutely.
And even with the new Bad Man series, they're like mini films.
Of course.
Yeah, I do take on a lot, and I think it's one of those ones where I'm like, I know that I'm going to give it 100%, and no one's going to put as much passion as I will. And number two, it's, you must know this as well. It's actually really hard to find good help nowadays as well.